All right. Good morning, YouTube. So, I'm a flight mechanic now, and I need to get all the tools I need for on the road for 2 weeks at a pop in that bag. And I want to keep it under, I think it's 40 pounds because we fly American a lot. And I want to say that they cap out at 40, which makes no sense to me for someone who's been in the industry. I know exactly what can be loaded out on their aircraft. But, anyways. Weight's a consideration, and the fact that the company I'm at, I've been told by other mechanics, things like to walk. So a lot of these sets were sets I started out with 20 years ago, and they're mixed sets. This is mostly an SK set. There's one proto, which is a heavy proto, which is 7/8, which I kind of want to bring my 7/8. So, and then I got an extra 5/16 in here that I remember saving my butt a couple times. So we're going to throw that in there. I'm hemming and hawing about putting in these short pattern. These are just cheap Walmart PMs I got 20 years ago. They held up quite well. I kind of want to bring them. I don't know if I want the extra weight. This has been a 3-day thing. Magnet on a stick. A grabber. Most of my loose sockets and small wrenches will go in parts bags, and then I will label them wrenches, let's say 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and how many are in there, and what's in there if I throw, let's say, an extension in there or something else. I still haven't really gotten my consumables, but this is definitely going in there. This bottle is the name brand of it. I think it's called Screw Grab. And all I do is I fill it up with, when I empty it out, I fill it up with valve grinding compound. So I've had this bottle for a long time. That'll save your butt when you got a stripped out fastener head. Now, meat and potatoes. Safety wire pliers, got to have them. Needle nose cutters, flush cuts. As far as stripping, I have this set of Knipex. These are Mac branded Knipex. They're a crimper. They only cut 3 gauge of wire and a cutter. I kind of want to get rid of this, but I kind of don't. And then if you're an aircraft mechanic, get these. These will save your butt. They're called Van pliers. $30. And trust me, look these guys up. If you don't want to spend the $30, I want to say either Justin Dow or Bruce Allen have an Amazon code or something, and you can get like 10% off or 15% off for using the code. And these are well worth it. They're guaranteed for 3 years. These are over 3 years old. 2 pair of vices. Small channel lock, a Ford wrench, and an adjustable. Ford wrench is a definite go. I would like the Diamond brand. It's a little lighter and heavy dutier, but this, I've had this forever, and yeah, that's what's going to go because I'm not going to send off a very valuable set. In this Altoids tin, I paint them white so I can mark what's in there. This one's empty for now. My Apex bits, which I have a couple here that are going to go in there. My 1/4 inch adapter, number 2. And I'll go through my Apex bits and maybe I'll switch out a couple things as far as Allen sets or whatnot. Cheapo ratcheting screwdriver. This one's a Craftsman. I never liked it because you're supposed to keep the bits in here and you end up losing them on the line because this thing will move when you don't want it to. As far as ratchets, I'm trying to go cheap. That way if I lose them, I lose them. Stanley, that's a flathead. I don't know what they call it. But this is actually, except for the drive, comparable to, as far as width, the Snap-on, whatever they call it for thin areas. Here's a ratchet I made. This was a torque wrench. And when my company would get torque wrenches that, because we got to get them calibrated every year, that wouldn't calibrate, they would basically throw them away. And I would steal the little ends. I should have stole a 1/4 inch. So it's a good little hand ratchet. I threw a piece of rubber on her and good to go. Screwdrivers, I'm kind of hemming and hawing about. I know better than to leave without at least the number 3. I mean, there's only a couple places where you need a number 3, but when you need them, you need them. And I don't know if I have an Apex bit that's a number 3, I'll probably get rid of this and save some weight. This is a cheap universal small screwdriver. It's a good deal, and you know, my thing is let's save weight, so I get 4 tools in one on that one. I know you can use a screwdriver, but you can also make a mess with a screwdriver. So for what little that weighs, that's going with me. I picked these up at O'Reilly's. I'll probably do a review on them later. I like the holder they're in. Even though it's cheap plastic and it'll probably break. See them? These here are those shaft drive. What do they call these things? They fit square. They fit spline. They fit pretty much everything. So we're going to bring those. A cheapo Husky. Hemming and hawing over that, even though I know it's useful as hell. Apex bit holder, some extensions. This is pretty neat. 1/4 inch to 3/8. Okay. It doesn't stick up as much as these. It doesn't weigh crap. I do have, I think Blue Point makes the whole set. I do have the whole set. I don't want to bring it. So I'm just going to bring that one because that's all I got for now. Husky. Those spline drive deals. This little Easy Red. This is a good deal. I like this thing. And then even though I have the SK, which I showed you earlier, that I took a 1/4 inch SK body and turned it into a 3/8 drive. This is what I started with. This is Duralast. Who is Duralast? Is that AutoZone? But that's a tough little ratchet. Then we step into 3/8 drive. Obviously an Apex bit holder, a couple extensions. 3/8 drive. 12-point mixed set. Mostly SK and a couple Craftsman to fill it in. This is another mixed set. Snap-on, Williams, and SK. Universals. 3/8 to 7/8. That's an SK. I might want to try to find a cheaper one. This is a Williams set. Good luck finding Williams that you can switch out. I've broken a couple. Like this one's Snap-on, I think. Snap-on, and this 1/2 inch is SK, but the rest of it's Williams. And then Husky SAEs, and then a couple of the bigger sizes. Now, I know for a fact when it comes to, I'm going to need this 3/8. So that's definitely going. That's pretty much what I got here. Ratchet wrenches would be nice to bring, but I mean, they can wait. So, and then if I discover, you know, like a 9/16 ratchet wrench would have saved so much time and made think I'll throw it in. But for right now, this is what I'm going to bring. And then, of course, safety wire, cotter keys, zip ties, parts bags. What else should I bring? What else should I bring, dog? Well, we'll figure that out once I go through the bench stock. But with the safety wire, I'm thinking I don't want to bring, like this is a small roll. obviously. I don't want to bring a whole roll. It's heavy. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my plumbing stuff, and you know the small rolls of solder? I'm going to take the solder off, mark it with a piece of tape, what it is, silver solder, lead solder, whatever it is. And I'm going to take that small roll, and I'm going to wrap up my safety wire in that, mark it how big it is, 32 thousandths, 20 thousandths copper, whatever. And then I'll have a little thing of safety wire like so. That will work. If not, you know, even though it's a mess, I do own a lathe, and I could always turn some down out of Delron. I got a chunk of Delron there. I can always turn down some thimbles, and I think I got some round aluminum somewhere, but I'd rather do Delron. So that's what I got. It's an 11-minute video. It's too long. I'm just trying to answer a question because another young aircraft mechanic was asking me about tools. And you know what? This is a lot of the stuff that I started out with, because my philosophy was buy what you can afford, and you're the best you can afford at the time. You can always upgrade. So a lot of the stuff I've upgraded with. Igniter, 1 1/8. I got stuck and had the MEL because I did not have that socket. So even though that's a Mac, that's got to go with me. All right, y'all. Have a good Saturday. We'll see you.